And you ready?
Yeah.
All right, 6:02, May 19th, we'll call the meeting to order. Mr. Jordan.
Council member Tobin is reported absent, Councilwoman Silliman is reported absent, council member Beckwith is reported absent. Council member Pinello.
Here.
Council member Lane.
Here.
Council member Commo.
Here.
Carter here.
Here.
Council member Michaels.
Here.
We're gonna rise to the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Everybody here to speak to public comments? Hearing none, we'll move into the finance report. Mr. Shaker.
So I'll start off, is this, everybody hear me?
Mhm.
Start off with the 24 audit, this is the last meeting, the department's been trying to reconcile everything. That we've done, for 23 and 24. I'm not 100% sure that we're gonna have 23 all reconciled. But we did send in the final, 24 numbers today for the cash reconciliation. That we were missing, the receivables and payables have already been submitted and reviewed. And adjusting entries have been made for those. Based off of the information we gave them today, we believe we'll get a final draft on June 5th and hopefully be able to get a final version before the 15th of June so we can close on the Lafayette loan and get everything into the state at that point in time. 25 closeout, once we get everything finalized on the 24, we can start doing things on the balance sheet for the 25, because you have to have the 24 rolling forward. I've been entering data that I can into the state's AFR system. That's the financial system that we can put in, like all the bond stuff that takes some time to do. So when we get in all the other balance sheet and income statement stuff, everything hopefully will match up and make it occur quicker. We're still anticipating the same loss in 25 that I said right along, about $2.5 million. 26 budget, I sent out a report that compares the 25 and 26 numbers. When you look at the budgeted numbers, those are the revised budgets. So if we made any adjustments during the year, that is in there for 26. The actuals are year to date as of the end of April. The one, I'm still anticipating a shortfall of $1 million that I've said multiple times. I also included a sales tax report in there for you to look at, that the state put. And January and February looked like they were pretty stable, and March had a fairly significant decrease. Not sure exactly why that happened. Hopefully it corrects itself. It's odd that 1 month would drop by 8%. That is just not normal for any sales tax in any place to happen except for during COVID. And hopefully that's, I haven't heard what that problem might be, but that seems like there was something not correct in that. On a monthly basis, weekly, daily basis, the mayor and departments are looking to try to trim wherever they can to save money or to help reduce that deficit of $1 million. I also, if you're looking at that budget, actual to budget from 25 for 26, we should be at a 33% run rate. Now that's not, 100% accurate because some bills all come in at the beginning of the year. Some bills may get paid twice a year. So you might see a 50% on some of them or 40% on some even close to 100%. But I did hand out a report talking to the mayor, we tried to run a report that will show where we stand for items that were over 40%. You could go through that and I wrote down the reasons why, not necessarily my reasons. I talked to the fire department, the police department, they supplied me with responses to them. PW, and some of them I put in, I was aware of. But if you have questions on those, feel free to give me a call. There's one large item, if you remember, there was a truck that we did it was an $80,000 truck that we used we used money in 25 to purchase it, but it didn't come in at 26. So it looks like it's over budget, but when that purchase order rolls into 26, it'll be fine. There's some things on that report that will say divisible by 0. So if there was nothing budgeted for a line, it's gonna show up divisible by 0. So if 0 divided by 0 is gonna give that number. If there was a number that is an actual number and shows that up, I have to go through that with the departments and find out did that go to the wrong department or whatever to get fixed, or whether we should do a budget mod to put it there. I haven't gone through those yet, but that is one of my goals here before our next audit and finance committee. Sewer and water funds both look decent at this point in time. On IT projects, still working on the tax upgrade in Munis, the cashiering system. We've spent a lot of time over the last week or so. I'm gonna guess I put 20 hours here, we did another 4 hours yesterday. So there's a lot of time going into getting that system up and going. We anticipate that to happen in early June. I'll say first week of June, but at this point, I'll say early. Let's hope on that first week. Other financials, there's a health insurance report. As of the end of April, we were at 40, I think it was 41%, 41.6% of what we budgeted. I would not say that's uncharacteristic because we're gonna have the higher HRA numbers earlier in the year, and as the years go on, it should decrease.
Yeah.
So 41.6 is nothing that I'm scared of at this point. The report itself, so that if there was a person went to the doctors in January, the January report would only show what was actually claimed. So each month, if that claim occurred in January, that number in January will increase. My experience in dealing with being on a self-insured plan, basically after 90 days, 96% of the claims were submitted. So anything that came in January, 96% of that money will show up by the end of April. So when you're looking at that January number, I think that's a pretty solid number that we're gonna see. On the flip side, February might be about 92, 93%. So I think this gives you a pretty good picture of where we stand through the end of April. I believe that's all I have. If anyone has any questions?
Just a couple, and first of all, I appreciate the work going into the 2024 audit. I'm glad to hear we're making good progress there. You had mentioned previously that there will be a lag between completing the audit, understandably, and when the financial restructuring board can complete their review. How long of a time frame gap are we expecting there?
The financial review board will not come in until the fall at the earliest.
Okay,
Okay, we're looking at probably October, November. They don't meet during the summer, and then, Tim would say, give himself in September to get the crew together. Try to come in the October, November time period. He basically said there will be no assistance for us in the 27 budget. We're gonna be on our own to get that done.
and then my other question was, I appreciate the update on the sales tax. I did take a look at that as well. Those numbers, I imagine the comptroller gets monthly. I think the report we had was for the first quarter, but I assume you'll be able to track that on a monthly basis.
The county gets numbers better than we do.
Okay,
Okay, the county is more in tune to what's occurring than the city is. We get it basically quarterly.
thank you.
Well, we can ask for that, we can try this.
What way it works is I guess they pay the county every 2 weeks and then they do a reconcile every quarter. And that's when we get paid. And but so the county can see what the payments are, but they don't really get an idea where we stand until that reconciliation gets done.
They'd like to get that information out in case it's wrong. Okay. Anybody else? All right, thank you. Yeah, it was good to see you. I met with the auditor today, phone call. The first time I had one with him was just to see where everything, make sure everything's in line. That he has everything he needs, and that was good to hear. And they got it within $1,500 of balancing out. So that's commendable. $10 million, $1,500 is pretty good. So I was pretty impressed with the stubbornness of the auditor downstairs. So, but it was good to get that done for sure. So, well, thank you for that. And on the financial restructuring board, I do have a document here that I want to send out. I'd like to get everybody to sign it. I thought it'd be more impactful to show everybody signing it, turning it into them. So I'll leave it with everybody here and to read and sign that, and also the adjustment paper will sheet that we'll do every month. We do that. You will get a signature from that. So I'll pass it this way and they can pass it back.
And to clarify, the financial restructuring board, I imagine it's endorsing that we still would like to pursue it.
Yeah, can I see that back?
I'll jump in on there for a second. The first night the restructuring board said we didn't have to do a resolution, but a letter with everyone's current board signatures on there saying this is what we want will suffice.
Okay,
Okay,
appreciate
that's what they, they just want to make sure that everybody that's on the current council is on board with this.
Yeah.
That's what this does.
So to paraphrase the whole document, anybody's welcome to read it, but the mayor and the common council believe that participation in a comprehensive review demonstrates the city's commitment to transparency, accountability, and responsible governance. We welcome the opportunity to work collaboratively with the financial restructuring board to evaluate the city's financial operations, administrative practices, and organizational structure in order to identify recommendations that will support sustainable municipal operations moving forward.
I
So
appreciate it.
that's just the general tone of it all, and that's what we're all agreeing. They're just saying that we all are for it. You're not, nobody's against it. I don't know how we can emphatically do it any more than that, so please feel free to read it. And edits, we're back the other way. All right, on the mayor's report, thank you, Mr. Shager. On the mayor's report over, I just want to talk about a couple things. The code office did a bang up job today. We had an incident up on Clayton. Some decided to have a party over the weekend and empty out, or no, overnight, last night, and then decided to empty all the furniture out of the front lawn and try to light a metal object on fire with lighter fluid. It didn't work very well, but not in the driveway. But thanks to the code office and Deputy Chief Reynolds for being on top of that scene and getting that to happen. And so the owner is seeking prosecution. So thanks to the police department, everybody working together to make that not happen again. Some of these students should have been gone, and they did it. Overall, we had pretty good turnout with the students this year. Overall, decent, and just some issues, I'm sure, but overall, they were a pretty good bunch of kids, except the ones that lagged behind. Today, the code office, I commend them as well. They did over 60 code violations today alone for trash, grass, and just general cleanup items. So they really hit it pretty hard, and probably hit in your districts. College overlapping, 3, 4, and 5, et cetera. So again, I appreciate that continuing effort. That was, they really jumped hard on it, really hit them hard. So that'll show some impact and be able to get them to where they need to go. So we're excited to be able to get that moving. On last Thursday, I met with Richard Mayfield from the USDA to look at some funding for some projects, to be able to do some things that they were doing. It was a very exciting meeting, and he was very excited about some of the things we have. Possible projections for fire department buildings and improvements that would be able to be funded, as we know we can. I attended the Guthrie Nightingale event. I repeat, honoring all the nurses, and I got educated by some local nurses on what Nightingale and all that she did, and what that whole event was a great way to honor those nurses that put up with a lot, I'm sure. Had a comprehensive plan check-in meeting, met with QPK, and they're coming again on Thursday to go through the ADA accessibility for this building. attended a retail activation in Cortland with community stakeholders. So it's a group to be able to look at all the vacant commercial sites that we have in our community, our county. In a totality, trying to come up with ways to who to reach out, who the stakeholders are, how to reach out, how to get more interest in some of those vacancies that we have. The city, although bragging, is doing well compared to all of it, but we all have. There's a lot of vacancies that need to be filled, so trying to get those all filled and work together to make that happen is a positive thing. So 18 Tompkins received the historical marker and from the County Historical Society, who was crushing it and had a good dedication ceremony. Thank you, Mr. Beckwith, for attending that. It's not here, but he did attended that while I was at NICOM. Speaking with other municipalities with similar and to the same problems that we have, attended a trash meeting last night. I think that was productive and looks like we're gonna have something to be able to deliver here by the next meeting, I would say, Tom, to say. And I want to thank Mr. Burke, who's in the audience here for the design commission, that is, the landscape and design commission has looked at getting where the bike racks and all the benches are on Main Street, getting them located. And deciding, working with the business owners to make sure they're excited about doing it and doing all that. And having the vision to keep Main Street looking good and the rest of the city as well. So I'm excited about what's going to be coming, so it'll all be documented, I'm sure, with nice pictures. Mr. Burger, thank you for that. Don't forget, today is the school budget vote. We have time after this meeting. We're not gonna run until 9, so it's all the way up until 9. Remember, it's in the lower gym on the back, the building in the back. I guess there's an art exhibit there, Rick J, that is really nice, so hopefully everybody gets a chance to enjoy that. Thursday, Fire Academy graduates, we have Hannah Roman and Jake Tree are graduating in Montour Falls, so I'll be attending the chief, deputy chief, and others to hopefully, is Ben gonna sing the national anthem again?
Do not know the answer.
Okay, so not gonna be a surprise, I guess we'll figure that out. The acapella did last time, so it was always great to see our candidates graduate, and go through that. Also, at the same time, you're gonna not be able to attend is the mental health walk, so anybody can attend, that'd be great, to show this city representation. It starts at 12 p.m. and the resource fair starts at 11. That's at the county fairgrounds, so there's gonna be at the fairgrounds, kicking off there to do that. And speaking of fairgrounds, landing at the fairgrounds will be my favorite parade, the June Dairy Parade, which will be the second, which was our meeting will not be held. Our next meeting will be June 16th. So a reminder to everybody's calendar there, you get one meeting off to go to the Dairy Parade. So if anybody would like to ride in a vehicle or do be part of it and do their Princess Way, that would be great. The Sound of Memory and grand reopening of the reception of the Croton County Music Park. Although it'll be out of the city, it's a great program. It starts at 5 p.m. on Thursday as well. And that, we go ahead, just remind everybody to sign those documents. Okay, with that, we'll go to Ward 3.
Ward 3, so we're good. I spoke with Mike Weiss about updating the status of fixing the streets that are in question that came up at our ward meeting. And he's on it, and Sue Codas is on it, and they will get done. We'll get a timeline. Just a couple of code issues that I talked to Roy Everett. Everything's being taken care of. Otherwise, Ward 3 is fine.
Bless you. Ward 4.
Ward 4 is good. The big parking lot across the street from my house is now empty. And I can still see it now. Of course, when they build the new dorm, I won't be able to see it. But the students are gone and traffic has
Calm
changed,
down, yeah.
and it's all good before.
We had a bucket drive or the food drive this weekend.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Did you get a count on that by chance? What you guys pulled in on the food drive?
Just over 6,300, so it was a great year. I know we delayed traffic a little bit, but it was a huge success. We had 3 to 5 members of the community stop and share with firefighter Bowers, firefighter Brad, and firefighter Zelsnak how this impacts their world, and they actually have had testing or something done through the Mushroom District Association. So to actually have those real life stories stop and share was pretty hard. So it's awesome. It's a great impact, and again, thanks to the Professional Firefighters Association making it happen.
So the ones that stood out there and were hot,
Yeah.
with everybody with the honking horns got a reward, so.
Yeah.
You didn't have the little things, I mean, because I went up and down Tompkins Street 4 times that day. And you didn't have the little things that.
So unfortunately, there was a event that caused the basement of headquarters to receive copious amounts of water, so we lost the stickers. The little easy passes we call them, because people who typically donate once and pull the sticker out and they went back through 3 and 4 different times. Like this.
Or you just donate
Yeah.
4 times.
Yeah, there you go. So unfortunately, we lost all the stickers in the flood.
Okay,
Next year, we hope to have more.
okay, thanks.
Could have handed them all that hepatitis shot. All right, thank you. Mr. Khan.
Yeah.
So we will be getting back on track with board meetings on Monday, June 15th at 6 p.m. in Beaudry Park. So I will be in the next couple of weeks doing the rounds with flyers, chatting with folks to get the word out about that. There's a couple crosswalk issues in the ward. I know I mentioned one of them to yourself and Mr. Wise yesterday. I can't remember which of the two, but they're both at the intersection with the clock tower. Going from out front of the Rock to the Portland Standard, that crosswalk button seems to be jammed. I think that's the one I mentioned yesterday. The second one is going from the clock tower to Portland Diner. That one is functional, but the hand in front of Portland Diner, the walk hand, doesn't actually appear. So I think it's a little confusing until the countdown starts 5 seconds later that you have to walk. Other than that, things are going well with this. We're enjoying nicer weather.
So there's a delay.
So the white walk hand pops up. I'm pretty sure the countdown doesn't start until 5 seconds after that. So since the white hand doesn't actually display it, there's no signal that you're able to walk until the countdown starts a couple of seconds later.
Right, just a couple things on, that's DOT, so, and
Okay.
Mr. Carpenter is aware, we've been fighting with DOT to try to get those who allow crosswalk.
We have a noise issue.
Yes, I-
That's
yes.
what-
We're trying to get that resolved, so we will make sure that this gets expedited and look at all of that intersection, which I would assume they would, but we'll remind them to do that.
I appreciate it.
Anything else, you'll say?
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Carpenter.
All quiet to 6, but is there a estimated on that with DOT? We don't
I
have-
told them to contact them every day.
Okay,
Because, and I'd leave it, do it by email, so I have a track of it.
okay.
So I can go higher up and say, we're not responding, you're not responding.
That's about it for that, and thanks Mr. Lewis for being aggressive on the properties, dilapidated properties in my ward. Being aggressive and going to court on that stuff, so it's a big help, thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Michael.
Just a few things, those individuals, that, do walk their dogs, it is a requirement, they be on leashes. I had an instance where one dog actually came across the street at, 2 others, but, the owner was quickly able to call it back. But, it could have been, much worse if, that wasn't the case. So we need to be a little bit more proactive when, walking our dogs. We have 2 old bus stops in my ward. I did check to see if there are any schedules noted on them, and there isn't any. So I'm gonna make the assumption that these were originals that have been abandoned. But they're being utilized for other things besides picking up people, so I'd like to work on trying to get those removed. Quick chicken update, I did visit the one residence. A couple that moved from Watertown down to Portland. They seem to really know and done their chicken research, so I did let Andy know it's okay to proceed forward with that permit. I have the other one scheduled for tomorrow night, so I'll let you know the next meeting how that comes out, but I don't expect any issues at this point. Would like an update on our e-bike, e-scooter ordinance. Once again, I witnessed an individual running a stop sign tonight. It's just a matter of time before something happens. And I hope I'm not there to see it. And that's all I have for the 8th board. Thank you.
Thank you, We'll get that committee going again. All right, anybody else? So acceptance of minutes. Anybody, any motion, Mr. Carpenter? Second.
Second.
Mr. Conlon, anybody have any questions, solutions? Okay, all approval of minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Carried. Resolutions, agenda item number 1, approve grant applications to the New York State Environmental Facilities Support EFC for wastewater department and water department cybersecurity assessments.
Resolved that the city of Portland County Council formally endorses the $25,000 secure program grant application submitted by the wastewater department chief operator to the New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation for a comprehensive cyber security assessment. And be it further resolved that the city of Portland County Council formally endorses the $25,000 secure program grant application submitted by the water department chief operator to the Environmental Facilities Corporation for a comprehensive cybersecurity assessment. Be it further resolved that the county council expresses its full support for the grant objectives to strengthen the city's critical infrastructure and agrees to accept the grant funds if awarded, authorizes the mayor to execute the grant agreement, any necessary contracts with third-party consultants to carry out the project in accordance with the secure program requirements.
I'll move it.
Now, Carpenter, yeah, there's no cost to us other than our administrative costs and turn things in this. All right, so assuming that they're awarding it to anybody who applies. Hopefully. Anybody else have any questions? And move it, please.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 2, approve event permits for Portland County Community of Color C4s Juneteenth celebration in Courthouse Park on June 19th, 2026.
Resolved by the city of Portland County Council, resolved that the city of Portland County Council hereby approves issuance of event permits without fee as described below for the Juneteenth celebration, June 19th, 2026, from noon to 3 in Courthouse Park, issuing a special event permit and a sound device permit without fee. Be it further resolved that the city clerk shall issue said permits conditioned on fulfillment of applicable state and local code requirements.
Any motion? Ms. Lane? Mr. Conlon, any questions on that? Can you move it, please?
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 3, amend the 2026 adopted budget.
Resolved that the city of Portland County Council does hereby amend the 2026 general fund budget as outlined in the accompanying table. Decreasing the DPW professional services line by the amount of $45,000 for a new line total of $71,148. And increasing the legal professional services line by $45,000 for a new line total amount of $80,000.
So just want to amend something before we get a motion. The account number that it is from is 05010. And then the rest of it 510000 is the same. So it's 85010. Everything else is the same. That was my number. I don't know if that new budget, is that number was right, was the math was right? The code was wrong. Okay. So with that, can I take a motion?
So it's A 5010.
10, then 5100. Okay. So Mr. Carpenter, motion, give it a second. Thank you, Mr. Conlon. Any questions on this? Okay. Move it, please.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
For Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 4, authorize agreement with Bronze Contracting LLC for demolition services of the Roundhouse Mill at 41 Elm Street.
Resolved that the city of Portland County Council hereby authorizes Mayor Steve to execute an agreement with Bronze Contracting LLC for demolition services associated with the Roundhouse Mill located at 41 Elm Street. And be it further resolved that expenditures associated with this agreement shall be charged to account H3620-5400 from the Restore New York grant in an amount which, when combined with the associated project air monitoring contract for the Roundhouse Mill project, shall not exceed the grant amount of $242,000. And grant reimbursement associated with the Restore New York award shall be deposited into the appropriate project account. Be it further resolved that all work performed pursuant to this agreement shall comply with all applicable requirements of the New York State of the Restore New York program and the New York State laws and regulations.
I'll move it.
Mr. Allen, second Mr. Carpenter. So just a couple of clarifications here. So this is the demolition contractor in the event that they fail to execute the contract within 15 days, it could roll to somebody else, which would be the next one. 242,000 is the amount. There is a 10% match, which is borne by the property owner of the property, and anything over the 242,000 is borne by the property. Everything else is reimbursable to us. I'll make sure everybody understands that. That's clear. So there is a 10% match that is contracted to be paid by the owner, and then will be made whole from the SC and everything.
It's ultimately no cost impact to the city once the process is finalized. Would be
Right, there will not be any impact to the city. There will be no cost to the city, other than we'll have outlay and then we'll get it back. Other than what lost it. That makes sense, everybody there? Okay, so, we have a motion and a second, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, please.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 5, authorize agreement of A to Z environmental for project air monitoring for the Roundhouse Mill demolition at 41 Elm Street.
Resolved that the city of Portland County Council hereby authorizes Mayor Steve to execute an agreement with A to Z Environmental for project air monitoring services associated with the demolition of the Roundhouse Mill located at 41 Elm Street. Be it further resolved that expenditures associated with this agreement shall be charged to account H3620-54000, Restore New York, in an amount which, when combined with the associated demolition contract for the Roundhouse Mill project, shall not exceed the grant amount of $242,000. And grant reimbursement associated with the Restore New York award shall be deposited into the appropriate project account. Be it further resolved that all work performed pursuant to this agreement shall comply with all applicable requirements of the Restore New York program and New York State laws and regulations.
I'll move it.
Second, Gregory. Again, this, the Restore New York program, this is a great program. This is exactly what it's for. Blighted properties, get them cleaned up. You have to have the finance there to do it. I'm meeting with the developer, I think it's tomorrow, to look at developing that property after that. So we'll have some good clean up and some good development of that property afterwards, which would be great to be able to have that ability to have clean up our city. But again, I appreciate Restore New York and the New York State programs that are put out there to help us with those. It's immensely helpful that this owner couldn't afford to do it, because it's going to burn up every bit of that money. We'll walk away with maybe 30,000 out of his pocket, beautiful property. So it'll be great. It's great for everybody, so everybody wins. Okay, over please.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 6, accept and recognize donation to the Youth Bureau.
Resolved that the city of Portland County Council, on behalf of Mayor Steve and the Youth Bureau, expresses its gratitude for the generosity of the donors below. Be it further resolved that the county council hereby accepts the donations listed below and appropriates them to the accounts and for the purposes designated below. We have donations to Porch Fest in the amount of $100 from Portland Eye Center, Taj Real Estate, and Willowbrook Golf Club, and $500 to Porch Fest from SUNY Portland Dan Hellenic Council, and a $300 donation that will go to the Tim Walsh Fund in memory of Matt Williams, donated by Megan, Josie, and Jack Williams.
Thank you. I don't know what that council is up there. If you can't say the word, I don't know. It's all that counts it for.
What's your next name?
Great council.
Sorry?
Free council.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. All right, but we appreciate all these donations and, sure the youth bureau appreciates it as well. All right, we get a motion. Mr. Collins, to Michaels. And nothing else. Okay, move it please.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Then item number 7, accept and recognize donations to the police department.
Resolved that the city of Portland Common Council, on behalf of Mayor Steve and the police department, expresses its gratitude for the generosity of the donors below. Be it further resolved that the common council hereby accepts the donations listed below and appropriates them to the accounts and for the purposes designated below. And we have donations to the K-9 fund in the amount of $100 from James Cunningham, Mary Jane Udich, Joe Ballas, and donations totaling $1,009 from Diane Mahaffey. I apologize. And I probably in memory of Warren Eddy. And then also from Paul Sandy, $120 for the Deer Fund. And $500 from Chitra Shah for the McRuff program. And $500 for special investigations.
Thank you, Mr. Carpenter. Lane. Again, the K-9 donations have been immense and been great, and we're cutting that check to send him for the K-9 on Friday, I think he heads out.
Yeah.
And he'll get training, I'll come back a week later, so we'll have the new K-9 atomic bomb, I can't say that, at our next council meeting, so everybody can have introduction, that would be great. So again, thanks for all these donations, some are very generous, we certainly appreciate it. And hold it, please.
Councilmember Pinello. Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
And agenda under number 8, if there's any more specific, I think that there's some more detail that people would like to discuss, we got to go in executive session.
Based on finances last meeting, I had a couple of questions, I'm guessing.
Do you want to do an executive session?
Yeah, I'll be cool.
Oh, no worries. I'm not trying to make anybody feel uncomfortable. So, I have a motion by Mr. Conlon to go in executive session. Can I get a second? Mr. Carpenter, all in favor to go in executive session?
Aye.
We'll be back. Actually.
Resolved that the city of Portland Common Council hereby authorize an increase in the number of authorized fire captain positions from 9 to 10, and be it further resolved. The common council hereby authorizes a decrease in the number of authorized firefighters exclusive of overhire positions from 28 to 27. And be it further resolved that said increase in the number of fire captain positions or decrease in the number of firefighter positions shall sunset upon retirement of the above referenced light duty fire captain without further action by the common council. And be it further resolved that all staffing actions authorized herein shall be subject to available funding within the fire department account A313410510000 for personal services and applicable civil service requirements.
Okay, now I'll move it.
Okay. Mr. Conlon, anybody else have any questions? Actually, okay, we're hearing none, we'll please.
Councilmember Pinello.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Okay, anybody else have anything else, any other questions, anything else? Other than what was noted as, e-bikes, which worked on Mr. Rand, Mr. Lewis worked on that, and, bus stops, we discussed those, and the DOT again, again, and again. Thank you.
And you make sure you enjoy that dairy parade.
We will, and, no, this is,
Okay, thanks.
all right,
Your princess will.
that. Motion to adjourn. Michael's, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Adjourn 6:37, thank you.